reading order in the Cosmere doesn't just affect what you enjoy first. It changes what you're actually capable of seeing. There are things in these books that are completely invisible on a first read, not because Sanderson hid them, but because you don't yet know how to look. And if you started with Mistborn, there's a very good chance you walked right past something that was sitting in front of you the entire time. But think about what you missed on that first Mistborn read. Think about everything that's happening in that book that you didn't see until you came back later, because you didn't know to look.
Like Hoid.
Like Hoid, who is right there, who has a whole conversation with Kelsier, who is at the Lord Ruler's party, who Sanderson put in the book in 2006 as part of a 15-year plan that most first-time readers don't even know is happening. And it's not that the book is worse if you don't know about Hoid. It's still a great book. But there's a version of reading it where you see those details and your brain catches fire. And there's a version where you don't, and the book is just good.
Okay, but you only see those details on a reread or if someone told you to look. You can't start the Cosmere with enough knowledge to appreciate those connections because you wouldn't know what they mean yet.
Right. So the question is, does reading order affect which version of the book you eventually get? And I think it does. Because if you start with Stormlight, if you've spent 1,000 pages on Roshar and you've started to feel that something bigger is happening, and then you go back to Mistborn and meet Hoid in Lutherdale, it hits completely differently.
That's true. I went back to Mistborn after Stormlight, and the Hoid scenes hit so differently when you already know who he is. It's almost jarring, actually. He's just standing there in a scene, and everything in your brain goes, wait.
It's almost not even the same book.
It's almost not. But wait, this is a circular argument though, right? You're saying start with Stormlight so that when you read Mistborn later, the Hoid stuff lands. But Stormlight also has Hoid, Wit, and you don't know who he is when you start there either. So it's the same problem both ways.
Actually, okay, this is the part I find genuinely interesting. The books are designed so that you don't need the Cosmere knowledge to love them individually. Sanderson is really careful about that. You can read Mistborn without knowing about the Cosmere, and it's a complete, satisfying story. You can read Stormlight without knowing about the Cosmere, and it's a complete, epic story. But the overlap between those books, the details that connect them, they're experienced at different intensities depending on what order you do it.
It's like the first time you encounter a reference and you don't get it, and then years later the reference lands and you go back and you're like, oh, that's been there the whole time.
Exactly. Except it's not just a joke landing late, it's the whole architecture of the thing. You come back to a book you've already read and realise Sanderson was gesturing at a shard in every third chapter, and you just weren't reading that layer.
I hate how much I love this argument.
Good.
Okay, but then if there's no starting point where you get the full experience,